Do you ever feel like your productivity disappears the second you step away from your desk? I mean, you sit back down, you're ready to work, and instead of making progress, you're like reopening tabs or digging through files and asking yourself, where did I leave off? What am I supposed to be working on? I've been there too, and it's such a frustrating waste of time when you're trying to get things done in a limited period of time, and you spend most of that time just trying to restart your flow. Hi, I'm Lisa Hanfileti. I am the member success coach at HealAtScale. And today I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite productivity hacks using just my phone and a free AI app, but any free AI app. So this productivity hack is especially useful for our practitioner accelerator community where we have high level practitioners. They are running busy practices and they have blocked very specific periods of time to work on leveraging group programs and creating their online offers. So it's vital that they use that time efficiently. And if they're wasting any part of it trying to figure out what they should be working on, it's not only unproductive, but it's stressful and it's very frustrating. And you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've ever had a gap between work sessions, even just a couple days, and you come back and you're spinning your wheels, you're trying to figure out what should I be working on. So in this video, I'm going to show you a very simple system that will help you stay on track even when there are these gaps in between sessions so that you stop wasting time and you GSD. So all you need is your phone and any free AI app. I'm going to be walking you through this using ChatGPT, which is what I use, but it could be any app that you use regularly for AI. And I'm specifically talking about how to use it on your phone. You could use it on your computer, but I recommend the phone. And I'm going to come back to some of the hacks here for the phone. So make sure you stay to the end for that. For right now, what I want to do is I want to just hop into my Chat GPT and show you around here a little bit. And so you can get oriented and see what I mean by doing this. So I'm showing you on my computer, but this thread that I'm showing you here is actually on my phone. And like I said, I'm going to come back to that in just a minute, but I want to show you the setup so that you can set this up in just a few minutes on your own AI app. So what I have over here in my foldering system or project system is one called Daily. And in there, I have my work continuity. So Lisa's work continuity, that's what I call this whole thing. So this is my work continuity. And I started it out many, many months ago with this very, very long prompt. And I did that prompt simply by grabbing my phone and just saying, hey, I have this new idea I want you to help me with. Now I'm going to show you what this is in a much more cleaned up version. And I will actually add this prompt underneath this video so you can copy it for yourself and you can customize it and make it prettier. But I want to show you the parts of it. So all I did was, again, I took my phone, I hit my app, and I started talking. And I said, I have a new idea that I want you to help me with. I want to create a project for us so that at the end of every day, I can give you a summary of what I've done and specifically what project or projects I'm working on and where I left off. Okay, so that's the first part. The problem I'm trying to solve is when I stop working in my office and on a specific project, and then I don't come back to it for several hours or even a few days or a week. When I come back, I waste a lot of time trying to figure out where I left off. What I want to create is the ability to tell you what specific project I'm working on, what links I'm clicking on and are helping me, what web pages I have open, whether I'm using something like Canva, what kind of graphic I need to edit, what resources I need to have open, what files, what apps, that kind of thing. So again, I'm just like word vomiting this stuff here. And then I say to it, I need you to help me organize this thread so that you are asking me, this is important here, asking me the right questions. And I'm giving you the right information so that you can, number one, summarize everything that I've told you that I've been working on. And number two, I want you to get my next steps ready so that the next time I come to work, you can tell me where I left off and what I need to do to get started again. This is an efficiency and productivity hack that I need your help with. So to start out, let me know if you understand, and I want you to ask me questions so that we can get this set up. So that's how this started. That's this prompt right here. And then this is what happened. ChatGPT then said, this is great. I completely understand what you're trying to accomplish. We're going to call it our work continuity system. And this is how we'll structure it. We'll have a daily work log at the end of each day. At the end of each work session, you'll provide project, specific task, where I left off, what's next, any important links, files, tools, or apps. This is actually really important. So when you do this, make sure you're looking at the tabs that you have open in your browser. Make sure that you have any apps that you've been using and feed that into the thread. Any roadblocks or things that you need to figure out. And then summary and next steps. This is what ChatGPT is going to do. I will summarize what you worked on, organize any key info, including links, files, apps, and tasks, and give you a clear next step checklist. Now, I asked ChatGPT to ask me the right questions too. So then this is the next organizational piece. Questions to capture everything efficiently. What project, what specific tasks did you complete? Where did you leave off? Last action taken. What's the very next thing you need that needs to be done if you know? What tools, apps, or files you're using, links to docs, any roadblocks, and when you plan to return to this project, so a rough estimate. This is actually super helpful because this will force you to answer these questions so that you're ready and can give ChatGPT or your AI tool whatever it is it needs. And then how this works. You simply answer these questions. So this is it. These are the 3 steps. This is it. You simply answer these questions whenever you finish working. Then ChatGPT will keep track of everything and provide a structured summary. And then when you come back, all you have to do is say this: where did I leave off? That's it. And it'll give a full recap with action steps. Now, I guarantee you this works. So I usually say more than where did I leave off. Like I'll say, hello, it's Friday, July 11th, or, it's morning. I've already taken a walk. I just kind of have a little bit more interaction. I've also asked ChatGPT to be inspirational and encouraging because I need that. I like to have that. And more recently, I've asked it to add in a dad joke every once in a while because it's just nice to have a little giggle in the morning. And so you can customize this any way you want. But this has worked very, very well for me. So that now when I come in, you can see this is very, very long thread. I come in and I will ask it, what I need to do. And it summarizes everything for me. So I chat with it. I don't know if there's a few in here like, all good, I'll check back in the morning, thank you. So I like to do it by dates and it helps me kind of see everything. And let's see. So like today I had an inspirational quote: your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change, by Jim Rohn. And my little dad joke for today was, why did the math book look sad? Because it had too many problems. Okay, so we get a little chuckle out of that. But you can customize it any way you want. I personally look forward to doing this, and so it has helped me very much. So let me go into what I want you to do with the phone. And as I said, you could do this right here in ChatGPT and talk to it in your office. But what I like about the phone is that you can be making dinner, you can be out doing stuff, and you always are going to have your phone with you, and you can just grab it and say, oh, by the way, I need to add this to my to-do list for tomorrow, or don't forget to, I had this other kind of thing. So it just makes it much more convenient when you make the habit of doing this on your phone. So this is what I want to point out to you on the phone. There are 3 different microphone options here, and I just want you to know what they are, and you can decide which works best for you. I've kind of rotated through all of them. I now have a favorite. Of course, you can text. I'm not a good texter. I'm really bad at it. So I always use an audio option. I think it's also just a time saver in terms of, grammar and not having to worry about that kind of stuff. So let's go through these and so that you're clear and you can decide which one you want to use. I'm going to start up here. So this is where you would normally see the text coming in. If you click on this microphone and you start talking, you'll see an audio wave. So you won't see text, you'll see an audio wave. And when you're done, it types it out. It includes punctuation, so you don't have to say, question mark or period or anything like that. And then you can review all of the text before you click submit, before you put it in there. So if you wanted to change anything or delete something or edit in any way, this is a nice option. An even faster option is actually this one right here. So this is the waveform button. This starts a true conversation with ChatGPT. So you'll see the audio wave, and ChatGPT's reply is also audio. So you can select the audio or the voice. But this is a true conversation that's going back and forth. So you're listening. It's like you're talking on the phone with a person. It's very creepy. But you are actually having a real conversation. And the nice thing about that is if you learn in an auditory way, this is a nice way to do this. Again, it's like a conversation going back and forth. Very easy to do. And at the end of this, it provides you with a transcript. So the transcript will still show up in your thread if you need to go back and look at anything, and it's formatted and it looks really great. So this is a very nice, easy, fast way to do things. And then this other button down here is actually part of your phone. So these are ChatGPT options. This is part of your phone option. And this is basically voice to text, right? Talk to text. So you'll see the text come out as you are speaking. And this is where you do have to say, question mark, exclamation point, period, that kind of stuff. So you have to add punctuation, and then you can review it before sending. So of all of these options, I would say number 2 here is the quickest and it's the easiest. And I've moved through all of them. I use them all at different times. If people are around, I'm not necessarily going to do this one right here because it is having a conversation. So hopefully that helps you make a decision of which one you want to use. And then what you can do is you can come back into your ChatGPT thread and it will show up in here. It might take a few minutes before it actually shows up in the thread, but it will show up. And same with your phone. In your phone app, it might take a minute or 2 or 3 before it goes from the computer into your phone app so that you'll see it here. So you should be able to find your projects in the phone app and go to daily and go to work continuity. That's just how I have mine set up, but I just have to go through and find the folders in there. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. I will leave the prompt that I use to set mine up underneath this video so that you can customize that and get yours set up. I would love to know how this works for you. So commit to doing this for a week. At the end of every day or at the end of every session that you spend working on your online stuff, go ahead and leave a list, answer those questions, and let ChatGPT, let your AI tool know exactly what you're working on and what you need help with, and that you need it to remind you what you've been working on and what you plan on doing next. So this will help you stay focused, and I promise you're going to look forward to doing this over time. And as always, I would love it if you took a look at Practitioner Accelerator and joined us in our mastermind community. Feel free to sign up for a game plan session. There's a link underneath this video. You can check out and see what we do at Practitioner Accelerator and if you're a good fit for our community. And I'll see you in the next video.